massive progress has arrived at Spotify Camp Nou, and today's construction update is packed with some of the biggest developments we've seen in recent days. From major advances on the compression ring roof and continued facade installation, to preparations for third-tier seating and steady progress across the mobility cores, the stadium is taking another huge step toward its final form. Now let's dive into today's biggest Camp Nou updates. One of today's most exciting moments comes at the south goal, where ceramic lamella installation has finally resumed. After a noticeable pause, crews are once again fitting the iconic facade panels, with work focused on the sections in front of the super pillar. Only a few panels remain, making this another significant step in bringing the stadium's distinctive Blaugrana exterior to life. At the same time, construction around the mobility cores continues to gather momentum. The mobility cores are now emerging as one of the busiest areas on site, with steady progress becoming more visible every day. One of today's standout moments comes as tower crane number 5 lifts another compression ring box into place. As the section is carefully guided toward its final position, crews continue making steady progress on both the north and south goal, with both sides advancing at a very similar pace. The installation requires precise alignment before the bolts are secured, but the team now completes the process much more efficiently thanks to the experience gained over recent months. With another section successfully installed, the compression ring continues moving steadily toward the Tribuna, highlighting the remarkable pace of progress across the stadium. The next major area of visible progress is the installation of the facade panels. As more exterior sections receive their final cladding, the identity of the new Camp Nou becomes increasingly recognizable. Instead of looking like a traditional construction site, the stadium is now beginning to display the modern architectural style that fans have been waiting to see. Throughout the latest update, crews continued installing additional facade panels across multiple sections of the outer structure. Specialized lifting equipment carefully positions each panel before workers secure it to the supporting steel framework. Every panel must align perfectly with neighboring sections to create the clean, continuous exterior appearance designed by the architects. One of the most noticeable changes is how much larger the finished areas have become. The contrast between completed sections and unfinished steel framing clearly demonstrates the rapid transformation taking place around the stadium. As more panels are installed, the overall visual impact continues to improve from nearly every viewing angle. Beyond aesthetics, these panels perform several important functions. They contribute to weather protection, improve ventilation, provide shading, and help create the stadium's distinctive external identity. Their carefully engineered design allows the building to maintain a modern appearance while also supporting practical performance requirements. Installation crews continue following a systematic approach, completing one section before progressing to the next. This organized sequence helps maintain quality control while allowing different construction teams to work efficiently without interfering with one another. Close-up footage also highlights the impressive precision achieved during installation. Panel spacing appears consistent, alignment remains accurate, and the exterior finish already reflects the premium standards expected from one of Europe's most iconic football stadiums. Although significant portions of the facade are still awaiting installation, the pace of progress remains encouraging. Each completed section dramatically changes the overall appearance of Camp Nou, making the stadium look increasingly complete with every passing week. As additional panels continue arriving and installation expands across the remaining areas, fans can expect the exterior transformation to accelerate even further over the coming months. Another interesting development can be seen near the basketball courts, where crews have started removing last season's old turf. Nearby, several large glass panels have also appeared on site, although their final destination remains unknown. From there, attention shifts to the future FC Barcelona store, where interior work is clearly underway. A work platform can be seen inside the building, while outside, construction materials and steel panels remain stacked alongside the surrounding scaffolding as progress continues on this important area. Concrete pouring is now underway at the diamond structure, with one truck finishing its delivery as another arrives to keep the work moving. Several concrete loads will be needed to complete this section, making it one of today's busiest construction areas. The crew continues working with precision, carefully managing the pour and finishing process, while nearby activity also remains steady around the mobility cores. Overall, construction continues at a strong pace across the site. Over in the Tribuna area, crews are lifting a new support structure for the decorative lamellas. A work platform is already positioned behind the pillar, with the support appearing to be destined for the lower section of the facade. Nearby, several structural pillars are also prepared for installation, with some already fitted with their lifting components. Across the area, construction remains very active, with multiple elevated platforms in operation and workers continuing steel assembly and welding. The lateral section also appears largely complete, while work steadily advances on the next phase of the facade installation. Substantial scaffolding has been erected across the terraces of the third tier, and the purpose of that scaffolding is twofold. First, it is being used to facilitate the realignment of the lighting systems. The temporary construction lighting that has been serving the upper tier works needs to be shifted upward to accommodate the expanding installation activities below it. As more of the terrace surface is occupied by installation works and eventually by permanent seating components, the lighting that illuminates those works needs to rise above them to maintain effective coverage. The scaffolding provides the access and the structural support that the lighting realignment crews need to reposition those systems safely and accurately at greater heights. But the second purpose of the scaffolding, and this is the detail that carries the greatest weight and the greatest excitement, is to facilitate the installation of concrete bars on top of the terraces. These concrete bars are being installed specifically to serve as seat supports. This is not preparatory work in the abstract sense. This is not waterproofing or sealant or marking or scaffolding for something that is still several phases away. The concrete bars being installed today on the third-tier terraces are the last structural layer before the seats themselves arrive. They are the final fixed element that needs to be in place before the seating installation can commence. That brings us to the end of today's Camp Nou update. With every passing week, the vision of Barcelona's future home is becoming clearer, and the most exciting chapters are still ahead. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Camp Nou updates. Thanks for watching, and Visca Barça!